Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for swinging by. I sure do appreciate it. If this is your first time with the channel, my name is Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Welcome to Fit and Fire. Let's get into this video. This time we're going to be looking at another Beretta 92 pistol, and one that I've been looking to get my hands on for quite some time. That is going to be the Beretta 92X Performance. This thing is very, very interesting. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me, and that is basically my relationship. I have a contact with Beretta. They have sent me some things from time to time, and I just kind of do a video and talk to you guys about what I like and the things that I don't necessarily like. So I'm not getting paid to say anything good, bad, or indifferent when it comes to this. I'm just going to give you my thoughts, the good with the bad, and let you decide whether or not this is going to be the right pistol for you. Now, let's get into a quick overview of what's going on with this pistol, and then I'm going to compare it with one of my other Beretta 92XI pistols. It's the XI Sabia, and talk to you guys about some of the pros and cons about this versus the other one, and just kind of give you guys a cross-section of things that I look for in a competition pistol. Not that I'm a huge, wonderful shooter or anything like that. I leave that to people like the Humble Marksman and Honest Outlaw and some of those guys. But at the end of the day, I do enjoy shooting competitions, and naturally I'm always trying to strive for finding that pistol that is just right for me. So real quick, how can you support the channel? One of the best ways that you can do that is subscribing to the channel and sharing this with your friends. Obviously, a like and a comment is a great way to interact with me. I look at every single comment and try to reply to as many as I possibly can. But one of the other ways that you can do that if you're interested in financially supporting the channel is by just dropping something in that tip jar or becoming a channel member. That is a great way. And in the pinned comment, there's some discount codes for some companies that have also sponsored the channel, like Vertex and XS Sites. Some great ways to save you some money and get some good products that I actually use and like. So thank you for that. Let's get back into it. The 92X Performance is going to be very similar to that of the 92X RDO, with some minor changes. We'll talk about that, but the very first thing that you're going to notice is the weight. This thing is nearly 3 pounds. 2.975 pounds is the actual weight of this without a red dot and unloaded. And for most normal people, just people that are go to the range every once in a while, that would be something they're like, holy cow, this is heavy. And it will weigh you down throughout the day if you're going to carry this at a competition. However, a number of competitors will put weights here on their dust cover to help mitigate that recoil, that flip in the muzzle as they start to shoot faster and faster. And that's already integrated into the pistol itself with its full steel frame and steel slide as well. So you're getting a really nice competition pistol right out of the box with all of that weight. Now, if you're a competitor, you're going to have to read your competition's rules and bylaws and all of that type of stuff to understand whether or not this is going to fit in a standard type of pistol, or if you're going to go into open division or something like that. So make sure you guys check that out if you're looking for a competition pistol. However, this is also going to have a number of other added features that differ itself from the 92X RDO. First and foremost is something I've been asking for when it comes to the Beretta pistols. Nothing I've ever talked about in videos, but in discussions with my friends, the things that I like and things that I would love to see with the 92 is a gas pedal that they've integrated into the takedown lever. I would really love to get one of these, like an aftermarket part, to put on one of my other pistols. And this is a great opportunity when you marry up your hands. You can get that thumb on that takedown lever and can really help further mitigate recoil and go faster, you know. So that's something I really did like. In addition to that, you're going to have a frame mounted safety right here, which a lot of people don't necessarily like. They say that it gives them hot spots when they're shooting this, and I just really have never seen that. Naturally, I have Doug Flutie size hands, so they're not very big, but people like the Honest Outlaw, he's complained about it in the past. There's some people who have talked about it in the comment section on my previous videos, or even over on Instagram as well. So if you guys would like to follow me there, that would be awesome. So I have not really noticed that at all. It does have a little bit of a shelf there for me to rest my thumb. So I have a spot for both of my thumbs that feels natural to me. So that's something I also really did like. It's also going to have an enhanced magazine release here that allows you to drop that magazine really simply. This did come with a 15 round magazine, but naturally the 17 and 18 round magazines, or the ones with the Tony Systems extended base plate, are easily usable for this as well. One of the features that I also did like is the fact that with that frame mounted safety is you can cock and lock this, and man, let me tell you, having that really nice 3.5 to 4 pound first trigger pull right as you pull up on target, that was a game changer when it came to competition. Not to say that I did any better or worse. I was doing just about the same as I normally do, but I did have some pretty impressive stages that I thought, okay, I can really see it, pulling this up and finding that red dot on target, getting that really nice crisp single action trigger pull on that first round was really, really nice, instead of having to try to defeat that 10-11 pound double action trigger. That's something I really, really did like. As you can see, I do have a RMR on here, and that is going to be with a Tony Systems plate. Now, you can purchase just a regular plate from Beretta, which is fine. They sent out this Tony Systems plate, and I kind of like it. It does have the little pins, much like the Ruger RMX style of plates and stuff like that. You have the pins that you put down into either your slide or the plate, and then that ends up being the lugs for your red dot. I really did like that. I thought that was kind of interesting. It kind of shaves some weight off of it a little bit more. So, and as much weight as you possibly can shave off of this thing would be really nice. All right, so let's talk about some of the downsides when it comes to this pistol, and realistically, most of the Optics Ready's versions of the Beretta, and that is going to be the height over bore and trying to get a red dot zeroed with this pistol. I had a different red dot on here, and I had to take that one off because it just did not have enough downward travel on the red dot for me to zero at 25 yards. That's the distance that I zero my pistols each and every single time, because the point of aim and point of impact from 5 yards to 25 yards is realistically only a couple of inches, which is something I really did like. You see a lot of people that will zero at like 10 yards because they're like, that's probably when I'm going to engage targets with a pistol. That's fine, but your point of aim, point of impact is going to shift greatly once you get really close or really far as well. So that is something that you're going to need to consider. So I went with the RMR because I knew that it was going to have enough vertical travel for me to zero this at 25 yards. So that's something that you're going to really need to keep in mind. About the only other thing that I need to say is that this is obviously going to be a lot heavier than what you would normally carry for competition, or even if you're looking for something for concealed carry. I don't think that you would want to carry this each and every single day. It's pretty freaking heavy. Even for somebody like in law enforcement, I don't know. If you do, that's something you want to do, props to you. Realistically, that would be awesome. But even carrying this throughout competition, it will tire you out a little bit more than just your standard pistol. So that's really the biggest two things that I need to discuss when it comes to not necessarily bad things, just things that you might want to consider. All right, so let's talk about the differences between this and my 92XI Sabia. This pistol has been really, really good. I've put it through a number of different shooting competitions, not only with my local IDPA matches, but my local 2-gun matches, and then also Kalashnikon as well, and it has performed very, very well. As long as I'm doing my part, it is going to do its part. Now, the things that I do like about this is the fact that it does have a full-length threaded barrel so that you're able to add something like this Parker Mountain Machine Comp. So that's really nice. The single action trigger, this is a single action only trigger, is really, really nice as well. But it's a little heavy. In comparison to the 92X Performance, it's going to be a lot heavier. So that's one area that I would like to try to upgrade, is that trigger. Just dumb it down. About a pound, maybe pound and a half would be fine. The other thing is it doesn't have that gas pedal on the takedown lever, something I would probably want to upgrade as well. But one thing that I do really like about this is the fact that it has a really nice grip texture with these panels here, and then the Tony Systems magwell as well helps me get that magazine in-seated a lot easier. So those are some of the things that I really did like about this pistol, and why I will probably continue to shoot this in competition. However, looking at the 92X Performance, it does have a lot of the different things that I do like in regards to the fact that it has that gas pedal here on the takedown lever. Realistically, the height over bore for a red dot is going to be about the same, so that's not a big issue. If I didn't want to run a red dot, it does have a really nice fiber optic front sight, just like the Sabia, but it has an adjustable rear sight as well that's blacked out exactly how I like to have my pistols set up. So if I wanted to run them in a just iron sight division, I could do that. The trigger on this is a lot better than that of the 92XI Sabia, and I can put the safety on, so that first round is the really nice light 3.5 pound, 4 pound trigger squeeze on that, getting that first round on target a lot faster. The only downside to this is going to be the weight. It's going to obviously be heavier. I've mentioned that already, and it doesn't have the magwell included with this as well. So, you know, sometimes I did have to kind of fish. There is a bit of a flare. There's a taper here on the inside. I did have to fish a little bit to get that magazine in. But outside of that, this has been a great pistol. Both of these are really, really nice. I really do like both of these pistols, and they've been a lot of fun to shoot in competition, and that's kind of where I see both of these pistols. You know, could you carry either one of them? I suppose you could. I don't think that you would want to, but needless to say, great pistols, and I've really enjoyed both of them. Now, question to you guys is, which one would you choose? Which one do you think is better? Which one do you think you would enjoy shooting more? Let me know down in the comment section down below. That's what I'm here for, is to have a conversation with you guys and just, you know, be able to interact with you a little bit. I personally think that the Sabia is the right pistol for me, not because it does anything better or worse than the 92X Performance. It's just, it just seems a little bit better for me. There's some tinkering I'm going to need to do, for sure, but needless to say, I think that I can get it exactly where I need it. And even if I don't, I think I can train myself to be more proficient with it and get used to that trigger pull that's a little bit heavier than the standard double action, single action trigger of the 92X Performance, or even the 92X series of pistols. So there you guys have it. That is kind of a rundown of the 92X Performance and my somewhat comparison between it and the Sabia, which is another one of my favorites. But I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Naturally, there's going to be a lot of information down in the pinned comments, so swing by and check that out. I really would appreciate you guys swinging over and checking out the Live, Laugh, Larp podcast, checking out some of the guests that we've had here recently. It's been a lot of fun, and I've got some really cool guests lined up here in the future. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks again. We'll catch you guys next time. As always, freedom through strength. Here comes a high five. Bye, y'all.